Hello, everyone. This is Paula Andrews, the innkeeper at the Way Inn, and we've had some technical difficulties this morning. So I'm waiting for Joni to pop up into the room. Facebook decided to delete my original invite, and so now we had to create a second one. So Joni should be in the room shortly. So good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me today. Hopefully we've got some. Hey, Kimberly. Okay, we are live. We're really live. I'm so excited about this. We had some technical difficulties, so Joni will be joining us shortly. She should be in the room. So let me get this started. Hey, Nicole. Thank you so much for joining. So I wanted to, here she is. Here's Joni. That was fast. All right, Joni, we are live. We are live. We are live. Kathy, oh my God, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Allison from, oh my God. Okay, I have to put my glasses on because now I've just, Denise. Hello, Denise. So nice to see you. Laura, Kathy, Allison. Wow, this is the way to start a new year. Thank you.
Wow.
And I am just going to cry. I can just feel it coming on now. So good morning, Laura. So nice of you to join us in Alabama. Wow. So we've got England. We've got Maryland. Georgia, where else? Jamie, I can't remember where you're at. Anyway, we got a global audience here. Thank you so much for joining. This is the year, Nicole says, and she's right. So let's get right into it. Happy New Year, Jamie. Kimberly is from Oregon. Wow. Thank you. All right. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Paula Andrews, and hey, Jamie from California. Hi, Dana. Oh my God. I've talked to these people for years, and it feels like I'm just now. I know. Kathy's a mile away. All right. So let's get started. For those of you who don't know, once again, I'm Leah Andrews. I'm Paula Andrews. I go by Lee at work. Paula Andrews, and I'm the innkeeper. And today I hit an all-time high in my weight, which it was an all-time high yesterday. So I did a better job today, and I upped it by 0.2 of a pound. And it's been hell. It's been really hell. And the purpose for these live broadcasts are to give any of us and all of us a chance to share our stories so that we can get a little experience, strength, and hope from others to do what we need to do to get healthy. And then the people like Joni who share their stories, by sharing your story, you actually get to keep what you have by giving it away. And so Joni is going to talk to us today about her story of recovery. Hi, Tiffany. Kimberly Antonelli, oh my gosh, names I have talked to for so long. And the isolation has not done any of us any favors, I don't think. Has it, Joni?
Absolutely not.
So full disclosure, I've known Joni since 2000. She has seen me go from 189 pounds to 125 pounds. And now she has seen me go to 276 pounds. So Joni has lived through all of it with me. And of course, she's the first person that I'm going to ask for help here. So Joni, if you would be so kind, just tell us your story, experience, strength, and hope. And then for those of you who are watching, please enter your questions. We can see them here in our StreamYard studio. This is an actual live studio that we're in. And this will be posted to the Way Inn's YouTube account. So just stay tuned for that link after this call and at the end. So Joni, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to mute myself and just take it away.
Okay. Hi. Thank you, Lee or Paula or whoever you are, our wonderful innkeeper and also matchmaker. Yes, I've since we've known each other, I've also gone the gamut of, high to low. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's in that realm of 125 to 200 plus. So we were just talking about age. I'm 66. I've been on this journey. Well, I was a dancer. I started when I was 3 and never was a stick figure like I thought I should be as a dancer. And so when I hit 12, I started gaining weight. My body started to change. I started gaining weight and I started dieting and I tried everything. So some of you, if your story's like mine or Lee's, the dieting game. I paid a lot of money. I did a lot of things. I made up diets of my own. I tried to starve myself. As a dancer, I aspired to be a bulimic or an anorexic, and thank God I failed at those. But I never figured out how to lose weight. And my focus was always to lose weight. In 1990, a friend took me to a 12-step program, and I thought, oh, okay, this is the answer to my weight problem. And again, the weight was going up, it was going down, it was going up more, then it went down, and just back and forth. And then it went way, way up before I met Lee. And I'm only 5 feet tall, but I saw 220. And then I stopped weighing myself because I didn't want to see anything else. And in 2001, my focus shifted. It all of a sudden I found myself on the floor of the shower screaming and crying and begging and pleading with God for help. And I wasn't saying I can't lose weight. I was saying I can't stop eating. I couldn't stop eating. I just couldn't stop shoving stuff in my face. And at that point, and to this day, I am willing to do whatever it takes to stop shoving food in myself. And I haven't eaten compulsively like that since that shower. But it didn't solve the weight problem. I did weight and measured food plans for a long time. I lost a lot of weight the first year, and then I started gaining weight, eating exactly the same way, getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And I was willing to keep doing it because I wasn't in that insane mode of eating. So I thought it was okay. But after a while, it became clear to me that I didn't need to be on the weight and measured food plan. It became clear to me that I didn't need to eat in a way that was making me sick. If the compulsive eating was gone, and I was doing a 12-step program, which for me was working, but it wasn't solving the weight and it wasn't solving the health. And I believe food is medicine. And so in 2012, because I had been studying different ways of eating, I have a cat that's joining in on the fun here. I was exploring what my body needed to be healthy. I just told Lee, when I hit 60, my mom died when she was 69, and that number sounded too close. They both started with sixes, and I didn't want to follow in the same path of my mom as my mom did, and my dad, dying young and going through the heart disease, diabetes, just slow deterioration, and all of the things that are a result of obesity. But I couldn't control it. I wasn't shoving stuff in my face. I was eating the things that I thought were supposed to be healthy. I wasn't eating too much, and I was still sick. So in 2012, when I decided that I wasn't going to do the job I had been doing anymore, I decided to become a health coach because I figured if I ever figured this out, I wanted to be able to help people who are like me because we don't get the right information. So it still wasn't solving my problem. And I was getting better and better, feeling better and better, but I never got it figured out. And then about a year and a half ago, I saw an integrative doctor who tested me for all kinds of things. My blood pressure was high for the first time in my life. My cholesterol was high. My blood sugar was high. He was talking metformin and statins. And I said, can we do it with diet? But one thing that really made the difference for me was that he tested me for food allergies. And a lot of the things that I tested allergic to were causing inflammation and causing me to retain fluid and causing me to gain weight. And what happened when I got rid of those foods, immediately I started losing weight. And they were all of the typical, the wheat, not gluten, but wheat, yeast, corn, soy, casein. So dairy was out, all dairy, low fat or otherwise, because it's the protein in dairy that got me. Um, all wheat products are out. Corn, tomatoes. I never suspected tomatoes, so tomatoes was a problem. And then, there's a whole long list of other foods that I'm allergic to, but there were 11. So I got rid of them right away. Oh, cocoa, coffee, eggs. And then we started, he wanted to see how extensive any damage was that I, had done to my heart and how progressed that was. And I started losing weight right away, eating the elimination diet he put me on. I was still eating some animal products, but in October, he had suggested in August that I consider going plant-based. And I was leery. We had gotten my mother-in-law, who came to live with us, off of all of her meds, eating a paleo type diet, blood sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol. And I thought, but I started doing my reading and doing my homework. And in October, I said, I'll give it 3 months and try. Well, in January, when I went back to him, I felt amazing. I had all kinds of energy. All of my arthritic joints stopped hurting. I was in no more pain. My blood pressure was down, my cholesterol was down, my blood sugar was down. He wasn't talking metformin and statins. I do take supplements for the cholesterol. And let me tell you, I lost my CPAP machine this spring. The sleep apnea is gone. The weight keeps going. I had stopped exercising with taking care of my 3-year-old granddaughter and just running out of time and the usual excuses and COVID and all that. And my weight started creeping up. I've gained about 10 pounds, but I started this at close to 200, 196 my doctors had me at, and I'm 130 now. So I've started walking again, though, because of issues with ankle. It's going to take me a while to do it. I pushed it too hard this week, and so today I'm not walking because my legs are not working. But the thing that changed for me, what I started with was, I'll do anything to lose weight. I will do, anything. I'll diet. I'll do whatever diet, but I couldn't do it. I'd stick with it for, on a good thing, a couple of months, and then something would happen. Somebody would suggest, here, you try this. Oh, just take one. Oh, I made them just for you, whatever. And I buy into it, and that would be the end of it. So what went from, I'll do anything to eat, to lose weight, to I'll do anything to stop eating compulsively, to stop this being controlled by food around me, to now I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy so I can keep up with my granddaughter and I can watch her grow up and I can be here and enjoy her. I love my partner. I want to be here for my family, for my friends. I love life. I want to be alive. But I don't want to be alive, sitting in a chair, just being kept alive by medications or, just so that I'm breathing. I want to live. I want to be alive. And so that means it's not just my weight. I can't control my weight, but I can control what I eat. I can eat the right foods that make my body feel good. I can eat enough by paying attention to what my body feels like. I can feed it when it needs food and not feed it when it doesn't. And it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. I live in a house that is not filled with safe foods. It's, it's got food that everybody else eats, and I'm the only one that eats this way. And that's okay, because nobody can put food in my mouth but me. So it's the food that I eat. It's the sleep. It's getting good quality and enough sleep. It's listening to all the things that my body knows. And I listened to somebody a long time ago who said the body knows. It knows when you put sugar in it. It knows when you put addictive substances in it. And yes, that's true. The body knows. It's very wise, but it also knows what it needs. It knows when it's fed something that doesn't work well. It knows when it needs food. It knows when it's had too much. And so when I do what it takes to listen to my body, I'm following the directions. I still do a 12-step program. So the compulsive eating is gone. So then I can do what I need to do to be healthy, which results in me losing weight, because I still have a dancer's head. I don't want to be 300 pounds. As far as I'm concerned, 30 more gone would be fine. But I'm not going to do anything to force those things to happen. I'm going to do what I need to do to be healthy, to live a really vibrant life, the best that my body can do, and hopefully help others along the way with any of those things, whether it's 12 step or whether it's health coaching. So I'm always here if I can help anybody. And I guess that's what I got.
Well, I think that's pretty remarkable. And for those who are remaining on the call, I should have prefaced this at the beginning. This is Joni's story, and everybody's story is going to be slightly different. Your solution is going to be slightly different.
Absolutely.
And it's just what we have to do. I'm curious, though, go back to when you found yourself in the shower sobbing. What brought you to that point?
As I had said, I had been in a 12-step program from 90 to 95, doing well, and then I lost it. The next 5 years were the worst hell I have lived in my life. Before that day, April 18th, 2001, I was staying in bed longer and longer and longer each day. I wasn't in a job that I had to be at an office at a certain time. So I'd stay in bed. Often, my youngest, I was alone in the house until like 3 o'clock. It got to the point where I wasn't getting out of bed until just before she got home, because I knew as soon as my feet hit the floor, I was going to the kitchen. And then I put myself to bed as soon as I could at night so that I'd stop eating. But I could eat a massive amount between whatever time I got out of bed and whatever time I went back to bed. And I couldn't stop. And it was like, I remember at one point, I was in a 3-story house and bedrooms were upstairs. My office was downstairs. The kitchen was in the middle. And I would normally have no reason to be going up and downstairs most of the day. I just go downstairs, go to my office when I need to. But I was finding reasons to go up to the top floor and downstairs so that I'd go by the kitchen and I'd grab something on the way up. I'd grab it on the way down. I'd grab it on the way up again. I was getting a lot of exercise up and down the steps, but I was eating a lot more than I was exercising. So I couldn't stop eating. And finally, that's what hit me. It wasn't sugar, flour, and weed. It wasn't a substance making me eat. It was just, I couldn't stop eating. And when I was face down in the shower, I'm lucky I didn't drown. I was alone in the house. I was screaming, God, I can't stop eating. You're my only hope. What do I do? Tell me what to do, because I can't do this. I finally knew I was done. I who think I can do anything I want to do, all I have to do is set my mind to it, and do it well. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do it on my own. I needed help.
That's pretty humbling, no?
Sure is.
So you mentioned that, and Alicia, yes, people are taking notes here, and Kathy, that's right. So Elizabeth is asking about the 12-step program that you mentioned, Joni. Would you like to share something about that?
I've been all varieties of, there's all kinds of food and eating programs. Can we share my email address or my phone number or whatever?
Yep. What is it?
Um, put PPGOA Joni, all one word,
PPGOA.
JONI at gmail.com. Oh, I guess I can.
There you go. Is that it?
I'm not seeing. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Okay. So if they want to talk to you, they can email you directly. Is that right?
Yep. And here, I put my phone number up there too. But I went to, FAA and RFA and OA, and I don't represent any 12-step program, but, I'm happy to talk to anybody that wants more information. Okay. And my phone number's up there in the comment section if you want.
I don't see it, Joni, but I will try to.
Oh, okay. You can put it wherever you want.
I'll post it later. So, Joni, talk to me about, how many attempts did you take at weight loss? You mentioned quite a few in the beginning, just throwing a number at it. How many weight loss programs or tools or things do you think you did? I tracked 51. I'm
probably up there with you. A lot of them that you mentioned, I have tried. Weight Watchers many times, Nutrisystem many times. There are things I don't remember the names of, but then I'd make up like my own diets. I set times. I would only eat after a certain time in the morning and until a certain time at night. Well, that didn't help. I decided everything I was going to eat, I'd put on a plate in the morning. And when I was done with the plate full, that was it for the day. Well, the plate went bigger. You can put a lot on a platter. You can even fit a whole cake on a platter and have plenty of room for everything else. That didn't work.
I still get that. I totally get that.
I did all kinds of things. I was going to eat only, certain foods. And, you can just, it all goes down. I don't know how many different things I tried, but I don't think a day in my life went by that I didn't try something. Today's the day. Today's the day. Today's the day. Every single day. Every single day.
I'm curious as to the saying that was always told to me is, how far down does your elevator have to go before it hits rock bottom? Where is your bottom? Where are you going to get off? I was in hell. Up until April 18th, 2001, I didn't want to be alive. I am too much of a coward to do anything myself. But let me tell you, when I'm driving down the road, if that truck took me out, that was fine. I didn't want anybody else to get hurt, but if I wrapped my car around a tree, that was okay with me. I didn't want to be alive. I didn't want to be alive. And when I woke up April 18th, 2001, I knew I wanted to live, and I also knew I didn't have a clue how. It didn't matter how many things I could do well. It didn't matter how successful I was in any area of my life. It didn't matter how many friends I had, none of that mattered. I just wanted to live, and I needed help. I needed to know how. So it got about as low as it could go because, I knew I wasn't living. I wasn't living. So that's the key, kind of a theme for me. It went from I knew I wasn't living to looking at my 60s and thinking, I do want to live, but still, again, I want to live well. I don't want to just be breathing. So how do you keep what you've got today? So we know that sustainability is the problem. Right? With most people who lose weight, sustainability is the problem. So what do you do today to make sure that you can maintain this weight loss for longer than a few months or even a few years? I continue working the 12-step program. I work with a lot of people in the 12-step program. I go to my doctor. I'm not ready to give up every 3-month or 6-month check-ins to make sure, my blood isn't going to lie. If I'm eating a lot of sugar, even if I'm eating a lot of fruit, my triglycerides go sky high.
I have to be following this diet in order to maintain my health, which will maintain my weight. And I keep, I keep doing that. I joined your challenge. I joined one or two, maybe three other challenges. I mean, anytime somebody says you want to do a challenge, sure, I'm in. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I need the support of others, because on my own, I'll start lying to myself. I'll start making up excuses. Oh, this is okay. Well, just because I'm allergic to tomatoes doesn't mean, they're not going to kill me. I'm not going to have an anaphylactic reaction. But let me tell you, Diane won't allow me to eat any tomato sauce. And, she's a good Italian, because I tried them after my doctor suggested, seeing how I reacted, and I was a lunatic. I was like ready to kill. I was screaming and crying, and it was, so we won't do that again. But I test everything. I thought, okay, fruits on mine, 2 or 3 small fruits a day is what I've been told I should eat. Well, I tried eating more than that, not binging, just eating more, like 4 or 5. And my triglycerides went out. So, I mean, I've tested things they don't work. So I know what works. I am so blessed. I am so incredibly grateful. And I remember that before I get out of bed every day, because I could be looking at the end. And, I had a stress test a couple weeks ago, and the doctor told me I was less than 1% likely to have a heart attack. Now, that's not a guarantee, but it was based on the condition that I continue doing what I'm doing. So I'm here today, and I'm going to continue doing that.
Thank you. We've gotten a lot of additional feedback. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everybody who's joined for us today. This half hour goes by very, very fast, and we did start a little bit late. I know, it goes by really fast. So, but we get a lot in. So again, it seems to me that your solution, the solution that you found, is going to an integrative doctor. Is that right? And
yes,
so,
for my health, absolutely. For my sanity, it was 12 steps.
So tell us, okay, so you got the doctor and the 12 steps, and you use those combined. That was what worked for you.
Yep.
And so what kind of a doctor, what should people look for if they're looking for a similar type of doctor to get the stats?
An integrative or functional doctor I wanted, because I wanted more than just Western medicine. So they're medical doctors. They can use all of the tools of Western medicine, but they also can use supplements and diet, as opposed, medical doctors usually don't know a whole lot about nutrition. And I'm a snob. I told you I was a health coach. I told you, I have all this great information that didn't help me any. But I wanted somebody that I could talk to about what I was eating and could give me good advice. Now, I guess, if you ask if they believe that food is medicine, then fine. Some doctors will say, well, it doesn't matter what you eat. This is what you've got, or that it's genetics. And yeah, my genetics have me lined up for heart and diabetes. Heart disease and diabetes. My brothers, all 3 of them, had same issues with blood pressure and cholesterol. One made lifestyle changes. The other 2 are heavily medicated. Both my parents died young. And then it goes into the extended family. And so far, this is working for me. Now, that doesn't mean it always will, but for today, it's working, and I'm going to keep doing it. But
okay, good to know. All right, so I am on the hunt for more people who have great stories to share. Everybody's solution is going to be different. It's good to hear them all. And then you have the option of landing where you want to land and pick the path that you want to pick. For today, you are looking at me at my highest weight ever, which I posted to the end, and that insanity chart that I showed, and that's going to change. That is going to change. I hit my knees as well, and I'm done with this. I'm just really done with this. So have a great new year, everybody. Thank you, Joni. I love you. Give my love to Diane. And thank you, everybody, for joining us at the end. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Happy New Year.